Hello and good morning. Welcome everyone. My name is DonnaG and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from the Scenic Rim in Queensland, and I'm coming to you live today on Friday the 10th of January 2025 at 8:30 a.m. Queensland time. So welcome. I'm super excited to be here crafting with you once again this morning, and I've got a really fun technique and it's so easy. So I'm telling you, you are going to see this technique, you're going to fall in love with it, and you are going to want to do it on many cards in the near future. So welcome. As you know, I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from the Scenic Rim in Queensland, and I sell all things to do with paper craft. If this is the first time you have watched me, if you're watching live or if you're watching the replay, please jump on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. And please, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel or followed my business page, please make sure you like and follow my business page, and also hit that subscribe button down on YouTube and turn the notifications on. So welcome. I can see I got a few people on: Maureen, Suzanne, Daryl, Matthew. Welcome. So I go live each and every morning, other than the mornings that I've got classes on, so 5 days a week. So this is the last day of this week, and I can't believe we've had a brand new catalog go live. We've got new online exclusives. We've got new scrapbooking products. There is so many things happening with Stampin' Up right at this very moment. So we have entered our Sale-A-Bration stage. So Sale-A-Bration means that it's a great time to purchase your craft products, but it's also a great time to join Stampin' Up. We have two awesome Stampin' Up offers during the month of January and February 2025. And I can tell you that sometimes I wish I could purchase the starter kit again. Who is with me on that? Like, who agrees? Sometimes you wish you could purchase that starter kit again, because sometimes the deals are just so awesome. And I've already had some new team members yesterday, so welcome to the new team members if you're watching today. Lovely to increase our crafty community. So we are the Wildheart Crafters, and we're an awesome team of crafters all over Australia. And the main reason that people join is to get a discount and buy their products at the best value that you can buy. So we have two deals. The first deal is that you can get to choose two Stampin' Right marker families. So you could choose the Brights and the Regals, or you could choose the Brights and the Subtles, or you could choose the subtles and the neutrals, depending on what you're going to be coloring is the color family that you can choose. So you get to choose two of those absolutely free. Plus you get an exclusive stamp set as well. Yeah, I know, Matthew, it's a very good deal. I'm telling you, it's a great way to get some products nice and cheap. And then you get to choose $235 worth of product, and the only outlay you have is such an awesome deal. So if you've got $109 and you've got a wish list that's a mile long, then please really consider about the starter kit, because it's an awesome deal. But if you're someone that's already got the Stampin' Right markers and you think, I don't need any more Stampin' Right markers, there's another deal that is even better for the people that already own the Stampin' Right markers. You can get to choose $51 extra in your starter kit. So you get to choose $286 worth of product. That's nearly $300 for $169. So it's a really awesome special. So please, if you're thinking about sorry, my phone's not on silent. If you're thinking about possibly wanting to get a discount, please think about that joining offer. So that runs from the 7th of January through to the 28th of February. Sorry, that is really like taking my concentration away, my phone going, and it's my daughter, and she'll probably try and ring once again because that's what she does. Anyway, it's an awesome deal. So if you're thinking about that, please don't hesitate to contact me. You can scan that QR code there on the screen, or you can use the join link down in the bottom. Now, I need to tell you, you need to be very careful who you join with. And when I say careful who you join with, you want to make sure that you're joining under someone that's going to support you in your Stampin' Up journey the way you want to be supported. So sometimes I find that people make the mistake of, and there she goes again, sometimes I feel like people make the mistake of actually joining someone that lives down the road, or a friend that lives in the same suburb as what you live, and they don't support you creatively, or professionally when it comes to if you decided to run it as a business. So please think about that. It's really important. And please make sure that when you're shopping or when you're actually purchasing the starter kit, that if you want to purchase from me and you want to join my team, you need to make sure that you are actually using my link and that you're actually choosing me as the demonstrator, because even when you go to do the shopping cart and you go to check out, you actually have to make the choice of, do you want to shop with the last demonstrator that you were shopping with, or do you want us to allocate one? Because they will automatically allocate you a demonstrator, and that means that I don't get the sale, that you end up buying through someone that you don't know. So really make sure that when you go to checkout, that it is saying that you are shopping with me. So it's something that I realized the other day when a customer was placing an order, that came up, and I was unaware that comes up. So please make sure at that checkout time that you choose the demonstrator that you wish to purchase through, because the demonstrator that you purchase with benefits from that order. So they get commission out of that order. So you don't want to be helping a total stranger. You want to be helping the person that helps and guides you with your crafting. So not only do we have that awesome starter kit special, if you are choosing that you don't want to purchase the starter kit, then shopping during Sale-A-Bration is awesome. For every $100 that you spend, you earn a free item out of a Sale-A-Bration catalog. And it's a really awesome way to get some free things. We all love free, don't we? I mean, when someone says we can get something for free, don't we jump at the opportunity? So you can earn, and it's accumulative. So you can earn $100 item, but if you spend $200, you can get 2 level 1 items or 1 level 2 item. And that beautiful heart one that I made, this card here that I created the other day, that bundle is a level 2 item. So you need to spend $200 to be able to earn that bundle for free. And it's a Stampin' die set. It's absolutely gorgeous. There's lots of goodies there to earn for free. So it's a great time to shop as well. All right. Now I'll just quickly run through a couple of things that I have happening, and I'll try and be as quick as I possibly can. My sweet samplers, I still have some of them available. I've placed another order and I'm waiting for that to arrive. Please don't hesitate. If you wanted to get in on those sweet sampler kits, please don't hesitate to register. You can scan that QR code, or there is a link in the description of this video on Facebook and on YouTube. If you wish to purchase them, they are $45 and that's delivered to your door. You get a sampling of each of the 5 gorgeous brand new sweets that we have in our mini catalog. Plus you get a card kit to make 10 cards. So you get card bases and card layers and inserts for each suite. I have hand-picked designer series, cardstock that matches the designer series paper in those suites. So each suite you will get 2 card bases, 2 front layers, and 2 inserts as well. So, and then the designer series paper, plus a sampling of the embellishment and a sampling of the ribbon if it has ribbon. Some suites don't have ribbon, but you get a sampling of the suite. So you get to see the whole suite instead of just getting a paper share. This is actually a suite share. So it's actually sharing components of the whole entire suite, which is really, really awesome. So you'll be able to make 10 cards straight off the bat as soon as you get it. Okay, so the next thing is my basic foundations of card making is going strong and going really well. And thank you to all of the members that have registered. We are doing some awesome things in a private Facebook group. You get access. We will do a monthly Zoom call, Rose Ward and I, together on the last Friday of every month. We'll be doing a Zoom call that is public and out there for everybody. But the people that actually get the exclusive content are the people that are actually paying to be a member of our basic foundations of card making. And they are getting tips and tricks and tools that they can use to help them with their crafting and make crafting a much more pleasurable experience and an easier experience. So if you're struggling with your card making, please think about taking our basic foundations of card making. It's a rolling subscription. You can cancel at any time while ever you are a paying subscriber for that month, you will get 12 months access to that group. Each month we start a new group. So each month has different content. So if you are a rolling subscription person, you just need to join each month the new Facebook group, but you will have access to that group for 12 months. And then after 12 months, you will be removed from that group because we will be repurposing that group all the time. So it's a great way to help you with your crafting and your creativity. And I can tell you it's definitely going to help you with your card making. My Scrap It With Me workshop kit, the last day to get the Season of Elegance kit. Now I did, at the beginning of the week, I did a double page layout, and I can tell you the beautiful paper. It is stunning, and the 3 layouts are just gorgeous. I held my in-person class yesterday, and I can tell you the ladies absolutely fell in love with the layouts, and I can tell you, you won't regret it. So if you subscribe today, you will definitely get the Marbled Elegance Designer Series paper and the guides to create 3 double-page layouts. So it's a great way of building some templates for your scrapbooking. And if you say you stay in it for 3 months, you will have 9 different scrapbook layouts in 3 months. So that's a load of templates that you will be able to repurpose and use with different Designer Series paper and different bundles time and time again. So it's a great way to help you with your scrapbooking. If you're someone that hasn't scrapbooked for a while, then I can tell you the workshops are a great idea. These are designed by me. They're actually not the kits that Stampin' Up are putting out. These are actually kits that I make up myself, and I do the designs myself. So you won't be disappointed, I can tell you it. I incorporate stamping and die cutting and the Designer Series paper. It's absolutely a great way to help you with your scrapbooking. So if you're brand new and you want to start scrapbooking, these workshops, I tell you, are definitely the way to go. The last day to subscribe to my Creative Card Club, and Creative Card Club, I'm using that beautiful Wildflower birthday suite, which the paper is stunning. The die cuts are stunning. You get a quarter pack of paper, you get a full pack of embellishments, you get a length of ribbon, you get cardstock to make 8 beautiful cards, and you get a PDF tutorial printed and in your kit when it arrives. So you don't have to worry about trying to download the PDF. The PDF I printed up on paper and put it in your kit. So last day to subscribe to get the Wildflower birthday as the Creative Card Club. Once again, it's a rolling subscription. It costs $60 via post, and it gets delivered. I do all the kits and get them out by the end of the month. So, but today is the last day. The 10th is the last day to subscribe to be in for January's kit. If you subscribe tomorrow on the 11th, you will be getting next month's kit. You will not be getting this month's kit. And I can tell you next month's kit's going to be the bouquet flower. So the bouquet butterfly, which is what I'm going to use today. So you're going to not be disappointed to even be in for next month as well. But anyway, so that's that last day to register for my February 2-day paper craft retreat. You can get this retreat delivered in a box as well. You can scan that QR code there on the screen. It costs $220 to attend in person. It costs $245 to get the kit via mail. You will be getting the birthday celebrations bundle, which goes with that Wildflower birthday suite. You'll be getting a full pack of the Wildflower birthday suite paper. You'll be getting a full pack of the party dots. You'll be getting a full roll of the mesh ribbon. And now if you get it as a retreat in a box, you just pay the extra $25 to get it delivered via mail, but you get everything. You get cardstock to make 8 beautiful projects, and you get a PDF tutorial printed up in your kit for you, ready to go. So the only things you need to be able to recreate the 8 beautiful projects is some ink, some adhesive, and your basic tools for crafting. So it's a great way of getting 8 gorgeous designs. And I can tell you that Wildflower birthday suite is a beautiful, beautiful suite. And that's about it. I do have PDF tutorials available for purchase over on my website. You can scan that QR code. I know many people ask me, do I have any tutorials available? And I have lots of global creative tutorials over there. I've got scrapbooking tutorials over there, loads of things that you can purchase, and they are instant downloads. So once you actually pay your money, you physically download at the time of purchase. So you'll get instant access to anything that's over there in that PDF store. You can scan that QR code there and that will take you straight through to it. Okay, that is it. I'm over with all of the things that I need to talk about. Let's get on to making this card because I'm super, super excited about this card. So I'll just pop our camera down, whoops-a-daisy, down onto the desk, and you will see I've already gone ahead and I've got a couple of things already cut out and ready to go. Now, the reason why I've already cut these things out and are ready to go is because there was, this is a great way of using up your scraps. So if you have scraps, you know, when you cut your designer series paper and you get these strips that are left over, this is a fantastic way of using your strips of cards of designer series paper. So don't throw them away. And I can tell you, you will love, love, love this design of this card. Okay, so I've gone ahead. I've got, we're going to be using our beautiful Pretty in Pink ribbon. We're also going to be using, these are the Sale-A-Bration purple sequins, I think they're called, but I don't think that they're purple. I think they're more pink than anything, pink and mauve, but I think they're berry burst. Someone said to me that they reckon that they're berry burst, but they are gorgeous. And I'm also going to be using, so I'm using the Marble Elegance paper and I'm using Melon Mambo and Pretty in Pink to go with it. But I'm also going to be using this beautiful Butterflies bundle. Now, this is brand new out of our mini catalogue. It has a hybrid embossing folder, which is fantastic. This large butterfly here, you can actually pop it into, and I want to show you how large the butterfly, because that doesn't do it justice. Look how big this butterfly is. Like, that is huge. So this is designed to be able to cut out and emboss at the same time, this butterfly. So it's a great way of being able to then you can use something like a blending brush and pop a bit of color on the top of it, or even something like if you had shimmer paste or something like that would be fantastic. Now, I've got a couple of the dies out here ready to go because I'm going to be using them on our project today. But you can see here we've got some awesome dies, and I actually probably need to grab out the body for that one, which is that die there. So hopefully I'm going to leave it in there because I don't want to lose the die. So the beauty of this is that they have the body portions and everything separate. So you can do a lot of mix and matching with these butterfly dies. They're fantastic. We've got a gorgeous sentiment die here, which is fantastic. So the sentiments fit really nicely in them. So we'll probably be using that as well. And then the gorgeous stamp set. So as you can see, we've got some beautiful sentiments. Time to celebrate. In case you need me, I'm here. Happy birthday. Hello. So thankful for you. So I'm actually going to make a birthday card today because I really love, in the beginning of the year, making birthday cards to be able to send out to people. So I'm actually going to be creating a birthday card. So I like the fact that we have happy birthday, and I think I'm probably going to use that time to celebrate on the inside. But we are going to have a bit of a play around. Now, this technique is called the twisted ribbon technique. So I've gone ahead and cut a few pieces. So I've got my card base ready to go, and I've done that in our basic white thick. I've also got an insert for the inside of the card. I've also got a front layer here in Pretty in Pink, and I'm going to use the embossing folder on that one. I've also got a piece of basic white here and a piece of Melon Mambo. So the basic white piece is cut at 2 1/4 inches by 5 3/8 of an inch. This one here is cut at 2 3/8 of an inch by 5 1/2 inches. Now, I know that sounds quite crazy, but I wanted to have a really nice, just a snippet of that Melon Mambo coming in at in the background there. And then I've got some scrap pieces. I've got a scrap piece of Melon Mambo to cut out my solid butterfly. I've also got a piece of the designer series paper that I'm going to cut out the more intricate part of the butterfly. And then I've got all of these strips that I have. Well, I've cut them this morning, but you may have strips left over that will do this job. Now, I've got this side here that's got the nice gold accents, and then I've got the reverse side. You can see here it's got gold accents, but I'm using that reverse side as well. You'll understand why I'm using a reverse side. I mean, the reverse side of this one's a totally different. Anyway, so I've got these strips already cut. Now, on this basic white piece of cardstock, what we need to do is we need to mark it at, because my strips are 3/4 of an inch wide, we need to mark them at 3/4 of an inch all the way down the side of our piece of cardstock. So I'm just going to lay my ruler beside here, and we are going to mark all of those at 3/4 of an inch. So I've got down to 3 inches there already. Let me go there. Okay, hang on, and I've moved these out of the way. We might go better this way. All right, so for this side here, I'm going to leave my ruler there, and I'm just going to mark with a pencil at 3/4 of an inch all the way down. So I've done to 3, so I'm going to do 3 3/4. We're going to do 4 1/2, and that will go right at the bottom there, which is good. So let's then go this side, and we're going to do 3/4 of an inch, 1 1/2, 2 1/4, 3, 3 3/4, 4 1/2, and then it goes to the last one there. Okay, so that's what we're doing on that basic white piece. Hello, Lisa from Toowoomba. Crafting weather. Well, it's actually not too bad here. So we haven't done too bad with the weather, but I know that in some areas we have had rain. We had a pretty rainy day yesterday. All right, so now I'm going to use my Seal Plus because it's easy to use Seal Plus to do this. Now, these markings are really, really important of where we're going to put our strips, okay? So, so I'm actually going to, and depending on how you want, I sort of really want this to be the reverse side of my ribbon, and I want this to be the front side of the ribbon. Now, it doesn't really matter which way you do it. I just want to put these on the bottom and then put these on the top. That's just how I want to do it. And that's my thought process is this is going to be the back side of the ribbon, so I want to put it on the bottom. This is going to be the top side of the ribbon, so I want to put it on the top. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Seal Plus and I'm going to run it down my strip. And then I'm going to go from that top mark there to the second one down. Okay, so this is really important how we put these on. So from that top mark there down to the second one, and we want to make sure that our strip is definitely going over the edge, that we've got the full strip. We're going to trim this back down later on, so we're just going to cover that there like that. Okay, so we're going to do that with all of these all the way down. We're going to do a gap. We're going to have a gap. We're going to go on that mark there and just cover the marks, just so that you can't see your pencil marks, okay? This is so super easy. It is the easiest way of creating a gorgeous effect on a card. So we're just going, so the top mark and the bottom mark, that's all we're doing, okay? And I could possibly put one up the top here. Can we do that? We could. We'll go like that and to the corner. Okay. So you can see there, we've got all that covered. We've got diagonal. We've got an even strip. You could eyeball it if you want to, but it's an easy way of being able to, hey, Kylie, welcome. It's an easy way of being able to get them nice and even with those measurements. Now I'm going to use the top side of my ribbon, and the top side of my ribbon is then going to go, let me get this right. Hang on, I need to do it on this one. So from, yeah, that's it. Okay, so we're going to put the bottom edge on here. The bottom edge is going to go there, and it's also going to go to there. So we're going to cross hatch them there, bottom edge there, and bottom edge right there. Okay, so can you see that? So now we'll get that top one done. So we're using the bottom edge is going to go the bottom edge of this one and the bottom edge of that one. So bottom edge, and making sure that we've got it over the edge of our cardstock, that it's going to, okay. And this is as easy as it is, people. It is so, so easy. Okay, so bottom edge again to there, bottom edge of that one, and the bottom edge of that one. Okay. And then we will do another one here that will be going the bottom edge there, and we'll just go to about that corner. Okay, so just like that. I don't think I'm going to, no, I'm not going to need one up there. So that's as simple as it is. We've done that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our scissors and we're going to trim all those excess pieces off. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Kylie. I know I've been missing you too. I haven't seen you for yonks, haven't spoken to you for ages. All right, so now we're just going to trim these pieces off. So anything that's overhanging from our piece of cardstock, we're just going to trim off with our scissors. I'm looking forward to you coming to retreat, which will be nice. And you'll enjoy hanging out with crafty people at retreat. All right, so we're just going to trim off all of those pieces down the sides. Hey, Siobhan, welcome. Hey, Sue, lovely to see you. All right, so last bit to trim off here. I had to jump on earlier this morning because I've got visitors coming. I've got my mum and dad are coming. They'll be here probably halfway through my video. You wait. I'll be like, oops, they've arrived. I did tell Dad that I would be on a video, so I decided to go half an hour earlier just in case they arrive. You know what family are like. Okay, so that's it. Look at that. How awesome is that? And then we're going to back it onto that piece. Now, doesn't that just look like a bit of ribbon that we've zigzagged all the way down? How cute is that technique? So much fun. All right. So now I'm going to, there's a little tiny bit that's driving me insane there that obviously didn't have glue on it. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of Seal Plus. A little bit of my Tombow and glue it down. Okay. All right, so now we are going to add some Tombow on the back and we're going to add it to that Melon Mambo layer. So pretty. I know, Fran, you're going to love this. I think you're going to try it for sure. All right, that just like so. All right, now I'm going to bring in the die cutting machine because I want to emboss the, I want to cut out the butterfly and I also want to emboss that layer. So let's bring in the cut and emboss. Whoa, and plates just went flying everywhere. All right, we'll do the die cutting first and then we'll do the embossing, I think. So let's grab, I've got my large butterfly. So when we're doing, on our cut and emboss machine, when we're using a die, we use the number 1 plate, which is our base plate. We use a number 2 plate, which is our thin die adapter. We then use 2 of our number 3 plates. So we're going to use the number 3 plate on the bottom. So as you can see, I've got number 1, number 2, and a number 3. Then we're going to put our designer series paper down, and then we're going to put our die with the blade facing down into our paper or our cardstock. And then we're going to put another number 3 over the top. And we're going to run that through, and that's going to cut out these gorgeous shapes. So if you have not seen a cut and emboss machine work before, you are going to be gobsmacked when you see how awesome it is to be able to cut out these gorgeous shapes using our dies. Now, this little baby, you can actually put into a starter kit. So if you're up for needing a die cutting machine, you could physically put one of these in a starter kit and even keep that, because you never know, you could use the negative space of that one. So we've got our butterfly cut out. We've got our intricate butterfly cut out. Now, the next thing I want to do is I just want to show you this hybrid embossing folder. It, you tried the technique, Daryl, and totally ruined it. So now you're watching. Yes, I think it's just knowing how to do it. Now, this is what we call our hybrid embossing folders. And that means that a die will actually fit into this embossing folder and run through, and it will cut out and emboss at the same time. Now, everyone says, how do I know where to sit the dies in these hybrid embossing folders? The place where you sit the die is the emblem side, and you sit the die with the blade facing up. And what you will find is it will sit into a groove. There it goes. It just sits into a groove, and you can feel it sort of locks in there and sits into the groove. Once it sits down and settles in, you know you've got it in the right place. Then what you do is you put your cardstock over. I'm going to give this a little bit of a run for its money. We then put the cardstock over, okay, and we close it up carefully. Then our combination is we are going to have just our number one plate, just the number one plate, and our grey embossing plate. And we're going to put the fold going through our machine first, and we're only going to run it one way. We never, ever run an embossing folder back through the other way, because we don't want to crack along that fold seam of our embossing folder. So always, always remember to only run your embossing folder through one direction, with the fold going first and going through your machine once. Do not wind it back the other way, okay? Now, I just want to show you, this is the wow factor of this. So when we open it up, we have an embossed layer here. Now, we have that, and we also have a gorgeous butterfly embossed, okay? So I may use that one instead of my plain butterfly. I don't know. I'm going to see. Now, we can use this just as a plain embossing folder as well. So you don't have to use it as the hybrid embossing folder. We can use it just as a plain embossing folder. So I actually want to run my, cardstock layer through for the front so that I can get it embossed. So I'm just going to do that, and that's going to give me some gorgeous butterflies around this side here, because my strip of my ribbon technique is going to go down the side here. So I want to just emboss that layer that I'm putting on the front. So I'm going to run that through just as a normal embossed layer. Okay. And I ran it through the wrong way, but I'll put my bit the other way. And there you go. We've got a normal embossed layer as well. Okay. So the hybrid embossing folders are fantastic. I love it when they come out with the hybrid embossing folders, because you can choose to use it just as a plain embossing folder, or you can choose to use it in that way that you've got that hybrid, the embossed and cut out die. So now, when we've got an intricate die cut like this, I'm just wondering whether my die brush is in here, and I don't think it is. We normally have, no, it must be, oh, here we go. Okay, I've obviously changed it. All right, so our Take a Pick tool is a fantastic tool, and it's something I use each and every day when I am crafting. Now, we have interchangeable ends. So we've got a putty end that is really good for picking up sequins and things, and I'll show you when I use the putty end. But we also have this brush tip end, which is another added extension that you can actually buy separately. Now, normally what I do is I have a Take a Pick tool normally that's got this on it all the time, and I must have put a putty end on it for some reason. I don't know. Now, when you've got your die like this, you can use this die brush for just running over when your die is still in your die. And can you see all those pieces that just fell out on my desk? This die brush is fantastic for getting all of those little pieces out. Now, my die is still in there, but all of those little pieces are out on my desk. So it's a great way of getting all of those intricate pieces out. And when I pull that die out now, it has all those intricate pieces taken out, and that brush does the job for me. So it's a really fantastic attachment to have. And your Take a Pick tool, if you haven't got a Take a Pick tool, you really need to add it to your shopping list, because I can tell you, you will be using it time and time again. It's worth its weight in gold when it comes to your crafting. It's got a great pokey end. The putty end is fantastic for when you're trying to pick up embellishments and things. So it's definitely a must. If you don't own one, I definitely suggest to pop it onto your shopping list. Now, I'm going to undo that, and I'm going to put the putty end back in, because I'm going to use the putty end when I go to put my sequins and things on. All right. Now, I just remembered I haven't done the body. So I do actually want to pop a body of a butterfly on here, and I think what I might do is actually do it in the Melon Mambo, so that it will give it like a dark body. So let's bring back in the cut and emboss machine, and that was the die that I decided not to take out and put on here because I thought I would lose it, which is probably a practical idea. So let's bring in our plates again. So, and you'll see, I mean, this is the number 2 plate, but it's been warped and used. So I've got it turned over the other way, trying to get it to go back down the other way. So I'm going to use that scrap piece of my Melon Mambo. I'm going to go back into my dies and find that little body part, which is that one there. I'm sure that's the one that's going to go on that really well. And yes, it is. So I'm just going to run that through and we'll cut out that little body. And it's the body with antennas and stuff, so it actually makes a gorgeous butterfly. You can change up the color of the body, and so it makes it look really obvious that that's the body. Most of the time, oh, that one just fell on my toe, that plate. Most of the time with butterflies, the body is all incorporated in the butterfly, but this time, so you can see there, that's the little body. But this time in this set, they've actually had them separate, and I like the fact that they've made them separate like that because it can make your butterfly more interchangeable and more lifelike too, I think, to have the body separate in a different color. All right, so that's all of our die cutting done. Okay. So what I'll do now is I will just take my butterfly and I'm going to pop the little body on here. I'm going to bring in my silicone craft sheet and I'm just going to pop my butterfly on there, the body upside down. I'm going to add a bit of glue. And the reason I use the silicone craft sheet is just so that if I end up getting glue somewhere where I really shouldn't have it, I can have it on that silicone craft sheet and it's okay. So now I'm just going to pick it up with my putty end. I'm going to pick the body up. Hopefully it's going to come up. There we go. We're going to pick it up with the putty end and we're just going to pop it straight down on our butterfly. So can you see how this tool is such a great tool to be able to do things like that? All right. So the next question is, I'm going to start to assemble this card. The next question, I'm going to fold my card base in half first. Do I, what was I going to say? Do I use the embossed one or the not embossed one? Do we use the embossed one or just the plain one? So type it into the comments. Do you want the plain one or the embossed one that we cut out? So type it into the comments and let me know while I grab my take a pick tool, and my drawer has decided to get stuck. Okay, so I'm just going to, sorry, not my take a pick tool, my bone folder. I'm just creasing that along there. We've got our gorgeous embossed layer ready to go. We've got our beautiful strip layer here. So I might actually pop that over onto that side, I think, so that we can, I had my embossing, my cardstock in my embossing folder up the wrong way. So I could use the debossed side if I wanted to, because there's a debossed side there too. So I could actually use that if I wanted to, but I like the embossed side and I'm just going to change that bit over to the other side. It's my card and I can do that if I want to. All right. So we have that happening there. The embossed one. Okay, what have we got? We've got embossed, 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 embossed. Oh, it's unanimous. We're using the embossed one. I thought you would choose the embossed one. All right, let's leave that for the time being and we will stamp our insert. So I wanted to show you, so if you were someone that purchased the starter kit and you got your markers and you chose to use the brights, I wanted to show you how we can use our markers really, really well with these gorgeous stamps. So let's just stamp one of these cute butterflies. I think I will stamp that one there. Okay. I want to use the stamp and I also want to use the sentiment. So I want to show you how versatile our Stampin' Up markers are. Let's grab the sentiment out of here. Now, this is a photopolymer stamp and someone gave me a beautiful tip the other day. So we're going to try it today and we're going to see if it makes a difference. So you all know that when we've got photopolymer stamps that we need to condition our stamps, because when they come from the company, they have, sometimes they have a coating on them and they don't stamp really well. Now, I think it was Colleen, and Colleen actually said to me, you just need to stamp it with Versamark first. And I was like, really? And so anyway, I thought I would give it a try. And the other day when I was creating myself, I did do the Versamark first and it works perfectly. So we're going to give you another tip today, that if you actually use your Versamark first, then the ink will stick onto your stamp a lot better. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do the sentiment first. So I'm going to ink up the sentiment just with Versamark. Okay, so we're going to add some Versamark onto my sentiment. Okay, so we've got Versamark on the sentiment. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a two-toned sentiment here. So let's do, I might do Berry Burst instead of, I'm going to do Berry Burst. And then what other color do you think we should use? Maybe Flirty Flamingo, do you think? Because if I do, yeah, I might do, actually, you know what? I've got the other Regals. I might do Blackberry Bliss. Actually, you know what, I'm going to do we have Blackberry Bliss? What's that one? I'm going to grab Blackberry Bliss. And I'm also going to take, I'm not going to go out of that color family. We're going to take the Pretty in Pink, because I love the Pretty in Pink. So I'm going to do Blackberry Bliss and Pretty in Pink. So, no, I've changed my mind again. I'm going to do Melon Mambo and Blackberry Bliss. I'm trying to work out the combination of what I wanted to do with the coloring. Okay, so all right, make sure that I've got Versamark on there. Then I'm going to take the Time To, and I'm going to take the brush tip end. I'm going to do Time To in Blackberry Bliss. So we're going to add some Blackberry Bliss on there. Now, remember, we've put Versamark on here. So Versamark is hopefully going to hold our ink. And then we're going to do the big word Celebrate in our Melon Mambo. So brush tip end again, we're going to go over our word Celebrate. And because we have the Versamark, the ink is, because it's very hard to get the ink from your Stampin' Right markers to stick to photopolymer stamps. Very hard to get it to stay on your photopolymer stamp. So the Versamark is hopefully going to help. I am going to do it on a scrap bit of paper first to see how it looks, to see how the ink has stayed on there. Okay, so I'm loading up that with a bit of ink. I might just go over the Berry Burst again one more time. We'll grab a scrap piece of paper and we will huff on that and we will stamp. And we will stamp. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, so let's clean that off and let's do that again with our Versamark, because this time I'm actually going to do it on that insert layer. So let's ink up with the Versamark again. Okay, let's do the Time To in our Blackberry Bliss. So once again, sorry, I'm off camera there again, sorry. We're doing Blackberry Bliss there, just the side of our marker, and then our Melon Mambo on our Celebrate word. So we've inked up with Versamark first, and now we're using our Stampin' Right markers that you can get in the starter kit. You can choose 2 color families in the starter kit. And this is a great way of getting sentiments stamped in 2 different colors and only stamping once. So a lot of the time, to try and do a sentiment in 2 different colors, you had to physically sticky tape off one and stamp it, and then you had to try and line up and ink up the other one. This way you can do it all at once, which is a really, really awesome thing to be able to do. Okay, so there we go. So we're now going to stamp that in the middle here, and I'm going to grab a pierce mat, which I had here. Where did I put my pierce mat? I had my pierce mat that I carried in here. I thought I put it on my desk. Oh, I did, and I've shoved it right through in behind. I'm just going to go and grab another one. We'll have to color that again when I get back. Just 1 minute. So you may be wondering, why in the world did I lose my pierce mat? And I have a desk that sits underneath my bench. Someone actually mentioned it to me the other day when they seen my cleaning up. They wanted to know what's in the desk that sits underneath my my big desk. And I actually said it's got all of my blocks, it's got all of my adhesives, lots and lots of things. It's got my pierce mats and everything in them, but sometimes I put my pierce mat on the top of the desk, which there's only like a gap like that much between the top of the desk and my bench. And sometimes I put them on there, but what actually happened was I put my paper trimmer back in there, and my paper trimmer has pushed it to the back of the desk. So of course I can't get it. I'll have to get down under my desk and get it. Let's huff on that to moisten it, and we're going to do Time to Celebrate. Okay, not bad. Still a little bit motley. If it was a red rubber stamp, it would stamp so much better. But we have photopolymer stamps, so you've got to be able to do it with a photopolymer stamp too. So it's not as crisp as what it would be with a red rubber stamp, but still able to do the 2 different tones there. Now I want to show you a different way of using your Stampin' Right markers as well. We can actually stamp a gorgeous little, we'll stamp a butterfly up here. Okay, and that's stamped in basic grey. And then I can grab my Stampin' Right markers, and I can colour some of this gorgeous butterfly in just with my Stampin' Right marker. And so the blends are better for colouring larger areas, but when you've got an intricate stamp like this one, you physically can color with your Stampin' Right markers. So it's not too bad because you haven't got large areas that you'll be coloring in. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to choose parts of that butterfly that I'm going to do in the Blackberry Bliss, and I'll do the same thing over here on this side. Okay, that bit in there. What did I do there? That bit. And all of those. That. And that. All right. And then, of course, I can do my, what was that one? Oh, that one was Berry Burst. I can do, let's do our Pretty in Pink. I thought I had Blackberry Bliss, but it was Berry Burst. So this is our Pretty in Pink. And we then have a gorgeous coloured butterfly. I might do Melon Mambo just in that top part of the butterfly. So Stampin' Write markers can be used to colour finer, intricate pieces. They can be used directly on your stamps. Our blends are not to be used directly on our stamps at all. We need to definitely not use our blends because our blends are alcohol markers, and so the blends are not designed to be using on. Let me use the brush tip end of that. It's not really. I think that poor Melon Mambo, I've had it for a long, long time. I think that poor Melon Mambo is nearly out. Ugh. Anyway, it's because I know it's one of the older ones because it's not the same brush tip end. Sorry, the same felt tip end as the new ones. Anyway, we there have a gorgeous butterfly all coloured nicely for the inside of the card. So let's pop that on the inside. And sorry, Card Craze, you asked me, was I going on at a different time? And this morning I've gone on half an hour earlier. So, yes. Okay. Yeah. So, so what Card Crazed is saying is our Stampin' Write markers, we can do lots of things with our Stampin' Write markers, but blends, you can only color with your blends. You can't use them on your stamps. Was Daryl asking that? Sorry, I missed where it was. Yes, so that's why we can use them to color the stamped images. The only thing is with our blends give us a much smoother colored look. So what I'm saying is if you've got a larger area to color, the blends are definitely the way to go. Vellum, no. You can't use the Stampin' Write markers on vellum or on acetate because you need to use alcohol. You need to use permanent color on vellum and acetate. If you use these ones on vellum and acetate, it would just bubble up. No different to the photopolymer and trying to get it to stick to the photopolymer. The acetate and vellum will physically repel it. Yeah. So you're better off to use the alcohol markers for vellum and acetate. All right. So now that we have that, I want to pop this one on here like so. I also want to stamp the happy birthday, and I think we're going to stamp the happy birthday in our Melon Mambo, and I'm going to use that gorgeous die that's in the set to actually cut out the sentiment. So let's stamp that on a scrap piece of paper, and I'll grab a scrap that's big enough that we can cut the die cut piece out as well. All right, so let's do that. Let's bring in that Pierce mat again to make sure we're stamping really well. Let's do the Versamark on this as well because it's a brand new stamp, and we want to make sure that it's stamping really well. Let's just pop that there. Go like that. Okay, so let's use our Versamark again. And then we will use our Melon Mambo. Now, if you used Versamark and then you went into your ink and used your colored ink, you can then put clear embossing over it, and it will actually emboss in that color. Okay, so I'm using Versamark there. I'm using our Melon Mambo, and I'm just going to stamp down. So Versamark on there before gives you a much better look at that stamped image, crystal clear. And that's brand new, and it's the first time I've actually used that stamp. I haven't put ink on that stamp before. So the Versamark is definitely a great idea. So thank you for that idea. All right, so let's grab that die that actually goes with that. And we'll bring in our cut and emboss again, and we will cut that out. So we have... this one here that we're able to cut the happy birthday out. So let's grab our cut and emboss, and we'll cut that one out. I can hear a vehicle just pulled up. I wonder, is that my parents? I said I can hear something just pulled up out the front. Okay, so we'll run that through. And I'm nearly finished my card. I'll just double check and see if it's them because I need to open the door up so they can get into my house. No, I'm safe. It's not them yet. All right, so we've got that cut out ready to go. So we have our happy birthday. This here, I'm going to pop some little mini dimensionals just under the body here. So mini dimensionals are fantastic for this. It's about the only way you can go because the body's not that big. So I'm just going to pop a mini dimensional there and another mini dimensional right there. And that's going to be enough to pop up that body on that gorgeous embossed butterfly that we have. So let's pop him there. Oh, look at that. Isn't that just super sweet? And then see, it's going to look like the wings are fluttering away there. So now, I think what I'm going to do, you all know me, I don't want to cover up too much of that gorgeous. Well, the butterfly is quite big, so we are going to cover up some of it, aren't we? So we're going to do that. I feel like I want to put the butterfly on straight and maybe down here and put my happy birthday over my butterfly. I'm trying to not cover up this. The butterfly's so huge. Anyway, we will add that to the embossed layer. Now, who was it that lives near LA? I want to know, are you okay? Has everyone seen the horrific fires that are happening over there in California? I'm so sorry. My heart goes out to every single one of you. There's so much devastation and loss. And, you know, it brings back memories of the flood in my hometown when we got totally wiped out in one night. The whole town, downtown, buildings and structures that were there were just disappeared by the morning, washed away. So these fires are just, they're the same, you know, like, so I'm not quite sure who it was. Someone that was talking to me the other day is right near LA, so I'm hoping they're safe. All right, so we've got that. By the time I put the happy birthday on, it really covers it up, doesn't it? Maybe I could possibly put it down here so you can still see that gorgeousness. It's going to have to cover it up. I mean, like, it sort of defeats the purpose, doesn't it? But anyway, we'll have to put it in there. Okay. All right, I'm going to cut the end off this, and that's going to, and then we'll take it over to the side so we're not covering up too much. I'm just going to adhere that straight down like so. Actually, maybe we could pop it in up under there a bit more. Okay, and you all know me. I need to have ribbon. And I said that I had the ribbon out. Oh, there it is there. Okay, Maggie. Was it you, Maggie? Smoke just got to us this morning. Sun is an eerie filtered orange. The smell of smoke is strong. All schools are on indoor recess. I'm about 35 miles from the fire. Well, please stay safe, Maggie. I'm totally devastated. Hollywood has just been like it is just unbelievable, and so devastating what Hollywood has gone through. And I only said that's where we're visiting when we go in May is Hollywood, and some of those big mansions that they've just got nothing left. Oh no, Maggie, I'm so sorry for that. Yeah, my heart goes out to everybody that has lost things. I know with our flood that we had, it was devastating. So many people lost their houses, so many people were homeless, and that's exactly what's going to happen with these fires. Like, I'm hoping they get them under control very, very soon. Um, I know they said that they think that the winds are dying down, but only for like a day or so, and then they're going to pick up again. So hopefully, in the time that the winds die down, they can try and get things under control. And like the hard part is some of those um, the planes that dump the water are over here in Australia for our fire season, and it's so hard to like. There's an agreement of helping countries out, but it's so hard when both countries have fires and things. So yeah, I know. To see entire neighborhoods burn to nothing. I know. And the buildings, like they were showing like both sides of the street and saying what buildings were there, and now there's nothing. There's like skeletons and a little bit left of the building, but everything's gone. Yeah. Okay, so out of these gems, now these gems are the ones that we can earn for with a $100 order. I'm probably going to use the light ones out of these because I think we've got enough color going on. So I think something nice and subtle by just using these ones. So with my take your pick tool, if I can get a good decent bit of putty out. So Maggie, was it you telling me that you would like to meet up with me? Who was it that was telling me only the other day, saying when I'm in LA that they would love to organize a meet up? Problem is that the areas are quite remote and can only rely on plane dropping water. And apparently, like half of the planes are over here in Australia, Maggie. That's the whole. Apparently, that's what's the issue is too. That half of the planes are over here in Australia for our fire season, because it's an agreement that they have between the countries that that they share the airplanes, so that dump the water. So yeah, that's a worry. And I mean, even to get the airplanes back over there, I mean, the flights will take 25 hours to get over there, you know? So, okay, I'm going to put a couple of little ones just on the body. I think I'm going to add some of those, but then I think I might put some white ones just on the body just to glimmer up the body a little bit. Okay. Card crazed. You got evacuated in 2021. Yeah. Exactly, card crazed. If you're not able to make a plan, they actually interviewed 2 Australians that were over there that had moved over there to live, and they're in the place that is totally devastated. Everyone's lost everything. I can't remember what I was listening to it this morning because that's what I've been doing before I jumped on here, was listening to the live coverage of it, and they have lost everything. All they got was their dog. I think he got some hard drives of his work, and they got their passports and a couple of family photos. So they were lucky enough to be able to get even that. I mean, some people aren't even that lucky. Some people have to leave so quickly that they don't even get the chance to even get those memorabilia items. You know, I mean, photos and things, unless someone's got them on devices that you can. I mean, I suppose that's what's these days with our cloud that holds all our photos. Yeah. Pacific, yeah, Palisades, yes. But there was another town that they were talking about, and I can't remember what it started with, but another town, and yeah, it's not something like Arkansas. It's something I don't know. Um, Yeah, exactly, exactly. The fires are so strong that they may struggle to get water. I know. So there you go. There's a gorgeous card using that beautiful reverse ribbon technique. Now you can, um, yeah, okay, Anita. Yeah. So my heart goes out to each and every one of you. I remember when we had the massive fires, Pasadena, that's it. Yep. When we had the fires in Australia, I know a lot of I did a fundraiser for the firefighters because they work tirelessly to try and save as much as they possibly can and save lives. And someone was actually on YouTube this morning saying that they have their faith and that they are um, thankful that they still have their life and that a house can be rebuilt, but a life can't be replaced, which is true. So there you go. Beautiful card. And using some of those Stampin' Right markers, using that gorgeous, beautiful butterflies, using the free Sale-A-Bration items, the hybrid embossing folder, fantastic. So if this is not on your shopping list, I'm telling you, you need to have it on your shopping list. So yeah. So thank you very much for hanging out with me. Now I will be back live again on Monday, but I have a little bit of a special for you on Monday. What I'm actually going to be doing on Monday is I'm going to be doing a catalog launch. So I'm going to be doing a series of videos throughout the day on Monday, and it will be like my mini catalog launch. And for anyone that purchases, I'm going to have an ordering special. So for anyone that purchases over $150 from me, even from now until the end of next week, I will be sending you out a card kit of the cards that I create in my catalog launch. So be ready to actually catch the awesome videos. I'm going to showcase as much as I can of the brand new product, and I will be sending out free card kits to anyone that places a $150 order or more using my host code. I will pop the host code up. I have a host code that's current at the moment, but I will be doing a new one. So I will pop that host code up on my business page. So anyone that places an order using my host code, $150 or more, you will get, I'm going to create probably about 6 cards. So you'll get a card kit for 6 cards, and I'll cut all the designer series paper and things and the ribbons and embellishments and pop them in, and you get a free card kit for placing an order with me. So that's my ordering special that will be happening from now until the end of next week. So thanks everyone for hanging out with me. I will see you all again on Monday morning at 9 a.m. for another live crafty session, but there will be more than one video on Monday morning. So I'm going to be doing videos throughout the day. So you need to have your notifications on. You can watch the replays, but if you want to catch me live, there will be one at 9 o'clock. There will probably be one at, I'm thinking probably 12 o'clock, and there'll probably be one at 3 o'clock in the afternoon as well. So catch me live. It will be fantastic. If not, catch the replays. Thanks, everyone. Have a lovely weekend. And please, for everyone in South California and for where the fires are over there in California, please stay safe. And as I say, listen to the authorities, get yourself out. It's really important to be safe. As I mean, I know it's hard when you lose everything, and devastating, but your life can't be replaced. Okay. Thanks, everyone.